As with any piece of equipment, understanding how to properly operate and maintain your Model 5030 tire changer will make the job safer, faster, easier, and more profitable. So let's begin by showing you the proper procedures for changing tires using a 5030 tire changer. Familiarize yourself with the machine's controls. The bead loosener, swing arm, mount-demount head, clearance adjuster, wheel clamps, tabletop rotation, and the inflation system. Begin tire service by removing the valve core to completely deflate the tire. Use the time it takes for the pressure to equalize to remove all of the balancing weights from both sides of the wheel. Check the tire changer to be sure it is in good working order. Since the sliding clamps on the table protrude over the edge in their outward position, move them to their inward position before bead loosening to prevent interference. Note that the side of the wheel with the widest flange should always be clamped to the table, because the tire should always be removed and installed from the side with the narrowest flange. When positioning the tire in the bead loosener, note that loosening the bead on the wide flange last will make clamping between the bead and the rim easier. Be sure the bead loosening shoe is as close as possible to the rim without touching it. Note, on wheels equipped with an air pressure sensor, follow the manufacturer's procedure for bead loosening, mounting, and demounting. Bead loosening must be done at a point away from the sensor to avoid damage. Since the sensor is directly opposite the stem, the bead loosening point is usually at the valve stem. Actuate the loosener. It may be necessary to release the pedal, reposition the tire, and reactuate the loosener so that the shoe stays close to the bead and follows the rim. If the entire bead does not come free, rotate the tire to position the unloosened portion of the bead at the shoe and press the pedal again to completely loosen the entire bead. Remove the tire from the loosener, pivot the tire to bring the other bead into position, and repeat the bead loosening procedure. Generously lubricate both tire beads using tire manufacturer approved rubber lubricant. The importance of using tire lubricant cannot be overemphasized. Its use greatly reduces the chance of damage to the bead or rim and makes tire installation or removal easier, faster, and safer. Always clamp chrome, alloy, and any other special wheels from the outside, clamps moving inward between the bead and the rim. Steel wheels may be clamped from the inside, clamps moving outward. After thorough bead lubrication, move the swing arm out of the way. Move the table clamps to the appropriate position for the type of rim you are working with. Place the tire and wheel assembly on the table with the wide flange down. Clamp the assembly to the tabletop while pushing down slightly on the rim. If you have a damaged or bent rim, you should position the mount-demount head near the rim edge as a reference point. Press the table rotation pedal to rotate the rim one full revolution while watching for any high spots. If you see any high spots and they are not caused by an improper mounting, position the highest one where the mount-demount head will be set up. This is important to prevent jamming the rim into the head when mounting or demounting the tire. Move the swing arm into position over the wheel and pull the locking handle forward to release the vertical slide. Move the mount-demount head down and against the rim edge. Hold the head against the rim as you lock it in place. As you lock the head, it will move upward slightly from the rim. With the mount-demount head roller against the rim edge, turn the swing arm adjusting knob to move the roller away from the rim 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. With your right hand, insert the bead lifting tool over the forward end of the mount-demount head and under the bead. Rotate down on the tool to lift a portion of the upper bead over the mount-demount head knob. Hold it there, and at the same time press down on the tire sidewall opposite the demount tool head to assist the bead into the drop center. This will reduce tensional force on the bead as it is removed. Press the tabletop pedal to rotate the tire clockwise and remove the upper bead. Jog the pedal on difficult tires to control and view the procedure. Remember, tabletop rotation can be stopped at any time by releasing the pedal, and reverse rotation can be accomplished by lifting up on the pedal with your toe. On tube-type tires, remove the tube before removing the lower bead. To remove the lower bead, repeat the procedure just shown, except lift up on the tire opposite the tool head to assist the bead into the drop center of the wheel. Remove the valve stem if it is being replaced. Inspect the wheel for any damage. On steel wheels, remove any rust in the bead seat area and around the circumference of the valve stem hole. Install a new valve stem if it is being replaced. Always check to see that the tire you are going to install is the correct size for the wheel. The importance of checking every tire and every wheel cannot be overemphasized. Trying to mount and inflate mismatched tires and wheels is a common cause of problems and may cause serious accidents. Liberally apply tire lubricant to both beads before mounting a tire. Lubricated beads require much less force to mount and thereby are less likely to suffer possible damage during the mounting operation. Place the tire over the wheel and move the swing arm into position. Manually position the lower bead so that the bead is above the rear portion of the mount-demount head and below the forward portion. Press the tabletop pedal to begin clockwise rotation and mounting. Utilize the wheel's drop center to make the job easier by pushing down on the tire sidewall opposite the mount-demount head. Jog the machine on difficult tires. You can stop and/or reverse tabletop rotation as necessary. Mount the upper bead using the same procedures as the lower bead. This requires more skill, and you must always keep the bead in the drop center of the wheel opposite the tool head. On tube-type tires, install the tube before mounting the upper bead. Remember, there are special sections in the operator's manual to help with more difficult and/or special tires and rims. After the tire is mounted on the rim, move the swing arm out of the way. Before attempting bead sealing, bead seating, and inflation, be sure you thoroughly understand all of the warnings on the tire changer and in the operator's manual. Tire failure under pressure is hazardous. This tire changer is not intended to be a safety device for restraining exploding tires, tubes, rims, or bead sealing equipment, so be very careful. Make sure the valve stem is close to the operator. Rotate the table to position the stem closer if necessary. Remove the valve core. Be sure the clip-on inflation chuck is working properly before you connect it to the valve stem. The inflation pedal has 3 positions. Position 1, at rest, registers the air pressure in the tire on the gauge when the hose is connected to the tire valve. The clip-on chuck should always be an open style.